Northeastern region has tremendous potential for development of organic farming, which is a growing global demand for organic food. People living in northeastern states can reap the harvest for development of commercial organic farming. To this facility, I propose to provide a sum of rupees 100 crores for this purpose in the present financial year.
Most of our food and cooked food is organic because you can call it an economic necessity because people don't have the money to spend on fertilizers and pesticides like in other parts of the country. And the soil is naturally rich, there's plenty of rain, the groundwater levels are good, so you can have multiple crops. But organic farming will need certification. The challenge before organic farming, whether it's in the Northeast or anywhere else, is that there must be an internationally certified product. It is a cumbersome process and it is not made easy by many bureaucratic hurdles. I know some people who gave up because they just couldn't deal with the bureaucracy here. It's not something the state government does, it's something that comes through the central, I think the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. So that process needs to be improved, and if that happens, then a lot of the products can be certified as organic.
Yeah, there is, because you see in Assam also, majority of the tea gardens now have started going for organic tea because there is a huge market. The problem is about the food processing industry problem is that we don't have enough cold storage facility in the Northeast, for example, and then air connectivity, because these are very highly perishable food items. For example, Arunachal grows abundant orchid flowers, and which are the huge demand this side, even abroad. But the problem is the Arunachal farmers are facing is that they are not able to transport their product to the market because there is one, no cold storage facility, number two, there is no fast air connectivity. By the time the guys, farmer from Arunachal reaches Guwahati, it's about 12 hours. And after that, again he has to either take a flight out, which is again a costly affair, which will add on to the product. So these are the problems that has to be sorted out first. So setting up cold storage chains and this connectivity.
No, even local markets, from the village to the heart, that's one thing. Then from the heart to the airport or the railway station, how do you evacuate it? For instance, in Mizoram, they've been exporting to the rest of it, to the cities in India, they're exporting orchids, flowers, of various kinds over the last 10 years. It's growing. But, they have just 1 or 2 flights a day. Now, for those sort of things to reach Delhi, a 5-star hotel or a marriage party or whatever it is, or go abroad, time is of the essence. Between the time of plucking and the time you put it in a package and send it to an aircraft, and the aircraft takes off and connects and goes off abroad or whatever. So time is of the essence in these things. Food processing is critical in this organic farming thing because if you don't process it, it rots. And this is where you need good infrastructure, not just the roads, you need the power to make sure that the unit is constantly running. Otherwise, if it stops and starts again, you'll damage equipment, things won't work, you can't meet your deliveries on time, your consignments won't reach the buyers, and then you lose credibility. So these things are very important.
Northeastern region has suffered from underdevelopment with a sense of isolation due to lack of proper connectivity. Development of rail systems is urgently required to bridge this gap. I intend to expedite the development of rail connectivity in the region, and for this purpose, I have set aside an additional sum of rupees 1,000 crores over and above what is provided in the interim budget.
1,000 crore I don't think would be enough because we have at least 11 major national projects which have been declared national projects which are pending. This is Silchar Badarpur gauge conversion project has been pending for 8-9 years now, and they don't know when it's going to be completed. And then you may be aware that apart from Assam, Guwahati and which state, Nagaland has some connection. All other states do not have railhead connectivity. All the capitals are not even connected. The capitals are, the rail connectivity is one major issue because the Rongya Mukokselang line, for example, this connects the Chinese border and it is used mostly by the defense. It has huge security implications, but the point is that the line has been out of, there have been constructions going on to convert it to broad gauge for so many years now, and there is no sign of the project being completed very soon. So these issues have security implications.
You must make sure that these things happen in time. For instance, you're building a railroad, where are the bridges? For instance, there's this Bogeyville bridge which was promised in 2013. It's now 2014. It's not going to complete until 2016 or 17 because of the erosion factors. The fact that you build such a large intervention on the river doesn't like it, and it erodes the banks, because not enough study was done on the impact downstream or what would happen to the nature of the river. So all these interventions carry an environmental and public cost, which is often not built into the project because people haven't thought of the next 20 or 50 years. They've just thought of the next 5. And that is really critical to address.